Concerns over a proposed high school in Castaic center around one common theme. Hello, I'm Ryan Haslam with your SCV Newsbreak for Thursday, August 16th. It was the first hearing on the newly revised environmental report for a future high school in Castaic. The meeting was held Wednesday night at the district office. Only around 20 residents addressed the board, but they all shared one desire for the proposed campus. They want two ways in and out.
Please put in two access roads.
You have an opportunity to implement dual access to the north and a south access to Hillcrest on the opening day of school for the Castaic students and community with no interruption of existing traffic conditions.
What I'm requesting is now, not later, dual access to our public high school.
We need to have 2 points of access for the school. We need one from the north and one from the south, and we need to do it from the beginning.
Written public comments will be accepted through September 6th. The final report containing all public comments is expected to be circulated on September 21st. To watch last night's public hearing in full, log on to scvnews.com. The U.S. Forest Service will resume nighttime aerial attacks to battle fires in Southern California next year. The news comes on the eve of the 3rd anniversary of the largest fire in Los Angeles history, the Station Fire. It killed 2 LA County firefighters, destroyed 209 homes, and burned more than 160 acres back in 2009. 5th District County Supervisor Michael Antonovich released the following statement Thursday. Quote, "We are pleased that the Forest Service has responded favorably to our continuous appeals for the policy to be changed. However, allowing nighttime flying is not the only change necessary for the Forest Service to conduct effective aerial firefighting. They need to immediately implement the RAND study, which they commissioned on updating their aging fleet of contracted fixed-wing air tankers with the recommended super scoopers," unquote. Well, more than 600 Southern California Edison customers across the SCV lost power Thursday. Reports came in around 12:45 Thursday afternoon about a massive outage in Castaic. More than 580 customers were affected there. Edison officials say power was restored around 3 p.m., although some residents reporting that the power was still out as of 3:20. Across town in Canyon Country, the lights went out for nearly 90 residents in the Shadow Pines area. That outage started around 9 a.m. and is attributed to equipment problems. Officials expect power to be restored there by 10:30 p.m. Thursday. Coming up after the break, a frightening morning for commuters traveling on the Metrolink as one passenger pulls out a knife. That and more next.
SCV Newsbreak is brought to you by Action Family Counseling.
I've smoked bud since I was a little kid.
The night before I went to a rave and I was fried.
Yeah, I was addicted.
I used to want to kill myself, like, every day.
It's a slow death. That's all it is.
A man who allegedly threatened a fellow passenger with a knife on a northbound Metrolink train Thursday morning was arrested and charged with 2 felony counts. Deputies received a call shortly after 7 a.m. that a man was threatening another passenger with a pocket knife.
Heard anything happening, the conductor separated them and notified us of it, and when the train stopped at the Via Princesa train stop at down Weyerhaeuser there, the deputies detained the one individual and made it an arrest.
The suspect, whose name and age have not yet been released, is being held at the SCV Sheriff's Station and has been charged with making criminal threats and assault with a deadly weapon. The Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors is considering increasing your taxes to fund a terrorism measure approved by county voters over 10 years ago. The purpose of the measure is to fund trauma centers and emergency medical services for county and private hospitals. It also intends to help the county health department train for various terrorist attacks. Supervisors may increase the property tax bill for a typical Santa Clarita homeowner by less than $5. Now for your weather. Yes, it's still hot, but not as hot as it's been lately. 102 for your high in Santa Clarita today, and believe it or not, some relief may finally be in sight. Some highs may be topping out only in the 90s this week and into next week. We've got one more day of triple digits expected on Friday, then a cool down if you can call it that. Highs are expected in the upper 90s Saturday through Tuesday. We now have Dave Caldwell with our local sports scene. Dave?
Well, thank you very much, Ryan. And there are several pro baseball players with ties to the Santa Clarita Valley who would love to join Hart grad James Shields in the big leagues. And while there have been as many as 4 players on a major league roster this season, there are 12 others working their way up. We talked about the great season Zach Vinci is having for the Billings Mustangs on Monday. Today, I want to talk about former Golden Valley pitcher Chipper Smith, who is in the Marlins organization. Smith was promoted from rookie ball to the Class A short season Jamestown Jammers on August 10th. He is 1-0, has yet to give up an earned run, and opponents are hitting just 129 off him this year. Go to scvnews.com to get an update on all 16 players. 1 week from Friday night, the high school football season kicks off here in Santa Clarita, and of course that means SCV TV will be televising the game of the week. The season starts with Drew Wolotarski and the Canyon Cowboys hosting the Morningside Monarchs. You can see the entire schedule of games we'll be televising here on Santa Clarita's only local television channel on scvnews.com. Ryan, that's our look at sports.
All right, thank you, Dave. If you live in Newhall and have had trouble getting a good price on flood insurance, there may be some relief. There have been changes to the flood maps for portions of Newhall Creek. The City of Santa Clarita and representatives of FEMA will be holding a community meeting to discuss the impact of those revisions. Discussions will include flood insurance requirements and identifying flood risks from Newhall Creek. The meeting will be held from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday, August 21st at Hart Hall in Hart Park. That's it for tonight. For more Santa Clarita news, log on to hometownstation.com or scvnews.com. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ryan Haslam.
SCV NewsBreak is brought to you by Action Family Counseling.